Do you want to know the best export setting from Final Cut to YouTube? Well, then this is the video you would like to watch. And yes, we will look into the new share options built in Final Cut 10.5.1, specifically made for Facebook and YouTube. So this is super exciting. On Apple's website for Final Cut Pro release notes, you can read that new in Final Cut Pro 10.5.1, released on December 14th, adds an export for YouTube and Facebook share option to create a file for uploading to those sites. I have always been using my own custom export setting that I created in Apple Compressor. And if this new share feature can do the same job that my custom export can do, or maybe even better, I would be very happy. Let's dive into Final Cut and see what we can figure out. So in my timeline, I have a 1-minute project, and this is actually footages from my last video where I compared the cameras of the iPhone 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, and 11 Pro. So I've shortened it down, so we have 1 minute on the timeline. So let's try to export first in my custom settings. This is share my custom 4 HEVC. So this export is going to be made from my 15-inch MacBook Pro that has the 2.3 GHz 8-core Intel Core i9 processor and 16 GB of DDR4 ROM. First of all, the exported file size is going to be 151 MB. So let's click Next. Let's rename this one. Let's see how long time this takes. So it goes lightning fast at the beginning. At least we're up to 10% and 23 seconds. So while we're waiting, I just want to mention that you're not going to see this off for so much longer, because in a couple of weeks I'm going to move in and build my new YouTube studio. So if you would like to see something particular from when I'm building this, please let me know in the comment box. If it's the light setup, camera setup, microphone setup, backdrops, soundproofing, yeah, whatever. Please let me know so I know what I should focus most on when building that. Okay, so now my MacBook Pro is going to start take off here. The fans are spinning like crazy. So what we're going to do after I've exported these videos is that I'm going to upload it to YouTube, because we can't compare the quality of these videos before we uploaded it to YouTube, because YouTube is applying their algorithm and compressing and all of that computing stuff. So whatever looks good on the computer maybe doesn't look good on YouTube. It's going to be super interesting to see how long time the export is taking with the new share to YouTube and Facebook setting. Because I mean, I'm waiting for the 16-inch MacBook Pro M1 processor. So I don't need to wait this much. So I'm kind of waiting for the computer, and I'm waiting for this export, and I'm waiting for everything else that is happening in Final Cut all the time, because it takes so much time. So yeah, Apple, when is that 16-inch coming? And when it's coming, you can be sure that I'm going to review it on this channel, because that is something that I'm waiting for. Hey, Lexi. Oh, this is Lexi. Lexi, what do you think? We're up to 70% and 7 minutes and 20 minutes. Bolibompa is a Swedish little kids channel thingy. Lexi, you have to take the suit around. Smile to the camera, sweetheart. There, smile. Can you give us a smile? Can you smile? What do you think, Lexi? Oh, we're up to 75% and just past 8 minutes. There's the focus. There is 8 minutes.
Hello. 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 Hello.
So we're up to 99% and just past 13 minutes. And we will get 100%. There. So it took just 13 minutes and 15 seconds to export 100% of this 1 minute video in my custom settings. So now let's go to the next export setting, that is this YouTube and Facebook share option. And we're going to export as 4K. Let's select Faster Encode first. Oh, interesting. The file size is estimated to be 301 megabyte. I believe it was something on around 100 megabyte first, wasn't it, on my custom settings? So yeah, let's try it. Stop the watch, reset, click next, and let's name this save and start. Okay, see you soon. Oh, so suddenly it went from 50%, it said 49%, and then it was 100%. That's weird, 14 minutes and 20 seconds. But how did that work? From 49 to 100? That's strange. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, let's see how that turned out. Okay, so the file size difference between my custom export was 151.4 megabyte, and this new Faster Encode YouTube export settings was 300 megabytes, so it's about, yeah, twice the size. So let's see if it's twice as good when we upload it. Okay, so it's time to take the last setting. Let's take share, YouTube and Facebook. Och sen tar vi... Then we go on better quality instead. Estimated file size is the same. Interesting. 301 megabyte estimated on both, and the actual exported file size was 300.8 megabyte. Okay, so let's take next, save and start the timer. Okay, let's see how this goes. What do you think, Lexi? Is it going to be better or worse?
Better.
Oh, better. Okay. Yep, perfect. So we just passed 40% and we're up to 15 minutes and, yeah, about 25 seconds. So let's see if this is the same that is actually done when it reaches 50% instead of 100. Oh, so we actually just got the final export at 40, whatever percent it was, at about 25 minutes and 20 seconds. Time to upload them to YouTube and compare the video quality when they're uploaded. So now it's some hours later and I have uploaded the 3 files to YouTube, and now we're going to go through what we could figure out after doing these uploads. So what I actually did was that I first uploaded all the 3 files more or less at the same time. I started with the first file. As soon as that one was start uploading and I was able to upload the next video, I start uploading the next video. And then I did like that for the 3 videos, so they were all processing at the same time. After that, I deleted those 3 videos and then I uploaded 1 video at a time until the HD version was processed and done. First then I uploaded the next video. And yeah, the results are not consistent at all. So first let's compare the export time from Final Cut Pro. So the fastest export setting from Final Cut was my custom 4K export that is exporting into H.265. That was exporting in 13 minutes and 7 seconds. Second was the new YouTube export option that exported in 14 minutes and 13 seconds. And the slowest one was the high quality one that clocked in on 25 minutes and 20 seconds. Then take a look at the file sizes. The smallest size was generated by my custom 4K export option. That was 151.4 megabyte. The medium one was the Faster Encode, and the biggest one was the higher quality one. But the difference between those two is just the same. The reason for why my 4K custom export setting is smaller is just because it's exporting in H.265 compared to the export options built into Final Cut that is exporting in H.264. So here we can see some info about the files. Here's my custom 4K export, faster encode and higher quality. And we can say that the overall bitrate in my export setting is 20.2 megabyte per second, but in the 2 built-in export settings it's 40 megabytes per second. The voice settings seem to be all the same, so the new export setting for YouTube and Facebook basically have twice as high bitrate than I have in my custom export setting. So let's go back to this spreadsheet again. So now let's take a look how long time it took for YouTube to process these 3 files so it was ready to be played in SD resolution. This column is for the first upload when I uploaded all at the same time. The next one is when I uploaded them one by one. So when I uploaded all at the same time, the fastest to be played was the higher quality one that clocked in just a few seconds before the two other ones that clocked in at 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's pretty quick. It's no time to really talk about. But the interesting thing is that it's not the same one that is a winner when I uploaded them the second time, when I uploaded them one by one. Then suddenly the slowest one was now the fastest one. And the fastest one the first time was the slowest one the second time. So I don't know what YouTube is doing there. So now let's take a look how long time it took for YouTube to process these videos so they were ready to be played in HD instead. And this is very interesting. Let's first take a look at the first upload, when they were all uploaded at the same time. Then it was the Faster Encode that won on 1 hour and 14 minutes. And then the higher quality one was the slowest one in 3 hours and 48 minutes. Well, so the strange thing was that the second time I uploaded these videos, it was actually the higher quality one that was ready to be played in HD first, in 59 minutes. And then the Faster Encode was 1 hour and 1 minute. And my custom 4K wasn't ready until 2 hours and 3 minutes the second time, and 3 hours and 3 minutes the first time. But, well, it's 1 hour difference. So, no, I don't know what YouTube is doing when it comes to processing these videos. If you have any idea, please let me know and educate me in the comment box below, because these figures are not consistent at all. So, no, I can't say that you should select one or the other based on just how long time it takes to process, because it seems to be just a gamble. If you're lucky, it's processed quickly, and if you're not, well, then it takes a long time. Now the more interesting part is how good is the image quality from these 3 uploads. That is what we're going to take a look at now. So this is a freeze frame from the uploaded video. This is actually a picture that is taken that is for about 5 or 6 seconds on the video. So this is no moving motion in this footage. But this is a still image, and that could still give us some information and clue about how good the quality is. I've looked into these pictures over and over again, and I cannot find that one is better than the other one. If you, for example, compare here the high quality one, the one to the left, and take a look, for example, over here where we have all these small branches. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those small ones. When we go here and take a look at the Faster Encode, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones there as well. So it's quality-wise, they seem to be the same, or very, very similar at least. Here I've taken another still frame. This is from a moving part, a video where I stopped at the exact same frame and then took a screenshot of that video. And here we can actually see, if we just take a look at the name, the text here, we can see that here we have lots of blur and distortion inside of the text. That is my custom 4K export setting that exports in 265. That is not present in any of those two. The text is clear as snow. And if I compare the quality of these two, I have a really hard time to see that any is better than the other ones. Yeah, maybe here we can see that here we have a little branch coming down that is not visible on that one. This is the Faster Encode, and this should be the higher quality one. And the same over here. Here that one seemed to be a little bit more clear than this one. Maybe, but here we have a little shape that we don't have here. So again, I mean, Faster Encode is, go for it. According to these tests, Faster Encode is the winner when it comes to how long time it takes to export, how long time it takes to generate the different formats on YouTube when they're uploaded. So, I mean, it goes faster. It's at least as good quality as any of the other two. So, yeah, I'm not gonna use my custom 4K export setting anymore. I'm gonna go for the Faster Encode. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and yeah, subscribe if you would like to see more from my channel. With that said, thank you so much for tuning in, and see you in the next video. Bye.